Hello, so here I am, finally, last day um, of my challenge. I have just completed 26 days of water fasting, no food, only water, mineral waters, electrolytes, and caffeine in the morning. It's been really tough. It's been really rough, but it's really worth it. And I think the last day was the hardest. Yesterday I went to school and I was feeling really cold and my brain couldn't really concentrate on the coding. I also felt a little bit nausea, so it was just miserable. But I think it's also contributed by my lack of sleep and very poor sleep the night before. So it was Saturday, and Friday night I slept terrible. I couldn't sleep until 3 a.m. because somehow I kept thinking about food, and I went to YouTube and I watched a lot of videos about street food in India crazy, and street food in Vietnam because I'm coming home in 6 weeks, and so I couldn't stop it. I keep watching, and I saved a whole long list. And deep down, I was a little bit worried that I will go back to the rabbit hole of not eating healthy after all the hard work putting into this long fast with the biggest motivation is to break my unhealthy relationship with food and change my taste bud so that I won't crave junk food, comfort food so much, and can really like say no to processed food, just like I stopped eating meat and animal products. So it was a little bit terrifying deep down, but still, back to the story, I spent 3 hours just watching uh, food videos and people eating food and people making food. It's counterintuitive because I know I should um, avoid those exposure, but I guess it's the survival mechanism because I cannot eat food just yet, but I want to, and I was in starving mode, and watching food somehow soothing the hunger a bit, or maybe make it worse. Anyhow, I slept very bad that night, and on Saturday morning, I went to a coffee shop to try my favorite. That was my favorite coffee shop. They made the best espresso I could find in Helsinki, and the reason why I wanted to go there was that on Thursday, around day 22, 23 of my fast, I feel like I couldn't really enjoy my espresso anymore because all I can taste in my mouth is bitterness, and I'm not sure if it's because I started to make worse coffee than I was before, or it was somehow my taste bud changed because coffee is basically a drug and it's actually bitter. But now maybe I after a long time breaking from food, I started to be more sensitive to the bitterness of coffee. I don't know. So that's why I wanted to go to that good coffee place with the consistent quality taste to verify it. And I actually and it they actually tasted worse than I last time I enjoyed it 1 year ago. So yeah, prolonged fasting can change our taste bud, I believe. Let's see how it goes with when I started to have food again. But of course, the topic today is talking about the refeeding window because I messed that up all the time in my earlier fast and I never went this long. So it was maximum 8 days. And after the 8 days, I was like bombarding my body with a lot of food um, because I just missed them all. I wanted to eat the world. Of course, I started not with carb, but I did have carb in the first day. So, what I wanted to correct this time is to have a proper refeeding window. And as far as I research, it's recommended to have a refeeding window at least half of the time that you fast. So what I will do is to have 2 weeks of refeeding. Sorry, and I have already made my plan of what to eat, when to eat, and especially how to eat. So I will chew carefully and savor and cherish every bite and ensure that um, majority of the digestion process already happening in my mouth when I chewing the food and not just like swallowing like a machine. It's just so funny that when I notice in public area when people eat nowadays, oh my god, they eat like a machine. It's like you put the meat to the processor and then it started to grind the meat. It's just so fast. Like there was one girl on the campus and she finished her lunch in like 5 minutes and come back to work. So it's really not recommended that way. We should really spend time to enjoy eating, and by that we will eat less, but um, having much more benefit from the food we eat. All right, so this is done with the fast, but because as I wrote in, oh, maybe I haven't wrote it in the description, but today I also feel so tired and hungry. I feel like so all the other days, I think from 22 days onwards, I started to have very dry mouth, and I need to constantly drink water. Excuse me. I actually haven't drank enough water for today. Like this is just 1.6, and even without fasting, we should drink at least around 3 liters. Maybe because of the um, lack of water, that I also feel tired. But just a fun fact that I almost try like all the minerals water brands in Finland. Thanks to this fast. It's quite a big amount of money spent, to be honest. But well, it is what it is. It's the only thing that keep me sane and um, op- and I can operate and study during the second half of my fast. Really lifesaver. Okay, let's get back to the refeeding window. So before eating, I can actually open my plan and I share with you because I read about this a lot. I don't want to waste my effort, you know. It would be very unfortunate. So like today I was so tired that I decided not to come to the campus and study at home, but again too tired to even study at home. So I decided to give myself a rest, a good rest, and I spent like 5 hours sleeping. And before that, I just took some progress photos and videos measuring my body, and then watch a lot of content, passive learning, because I don't have the energy to even talk. So I have 2 weeks of refeeding plan, and I divided into first week and two and second week, and the same thing to eat. Basically, I eat the same thing, all whole food, plant based. I stress on whole foods and plant based, so no chemicals. I even avoid tofu because I couldn't find any tofu in the store that don't have the preservation chemicals E511 something. So I don't want to put anything unnatural into my body because it's been cleansed for so long. Now my whole Oh, I actually watched a whole masterclass on gut microbiome last night because I again couldn't sleep and keep thinking about food. I think it's also again the survival mechanism because I know that I'm going to have food again and my body kind of like really ready for it. And it started to increase the alertness, and it's so hard for me to sleep because the body was like, go find the food quick. So I spent a lot of time watching YouTube lectures about nutrition and gut microbiome so that I can improve my whole uh, that my whole it's not diet, but it's like the way I eat for the long term, for long term health, and it should be sustainable. It shouldn't be like yo-yo diet. And what I definitely don't want is to gain back all the weight and just being miserable again before the fast. So yes, now I'm feeling very positive, even though I don't sound like that because I'm quite still tired. Maybe after a few days of refeeding, I will have more energy and can really celebrate this achievement. But for now, yeah, it's just so interesting that this is one of or even the hardest things I ever done in my life, and now it's done. Like it's basically done. I just did 26 days to prove myself that I can do everything that I set my mind to. But I'm not like, oh my god, yay. I will just woke up from my nap and then I feel like I need to do a YouTube video to update, and that's it. But actually, I do feel the achievement already every day, even before this is done. The same thing with other goals in my life, financially, professionally, and relationship wise. So every day around daytime morning, I listen to my kind of like prime recording where I list out all the things that I'm grateful for and thanks be thankful in advance for all the achievement that I want to achieve in my life and all the goals that I'm working towards, but I'm already celebrate and feel the achievement of it every day even before I got it officially. For example, the Finnish citizenship is one thing, even though it's totally out of my control right now. I'm just waiting for the decision because I did all the hard work, like staying here for years and doing the language test. So it just my preferred way to operate right now, which is a bit counterintuitive because before the way that I do is that I only celebrate after I achieve something, but now I do it before, and I think I prefer that way much more. It just give a peace of mind and remove all the frustration, and yeah, at least until now it works for me. Now coming back to just a moment. Now coming back to the refeeding plan. Basically, I will eat the same thing every day, but increase the amount from week one to week two. And this is just the framework. It should be modified depending on how I feel with my body. So that's also something that I would like to work on to kind of like connect with my body more. People usually in this sense, nutrition sense, usually use the term listen to your body, but how? But I think the the puzzle here, missing puzzle piece here is that we bombard our body with so much crap and lost that connection with our body, and it's it's never have we don't have enough like quiet time with our body to set up that connection so that we cannot hear anything, because we always feeding ourselves with the wrong choices. So yeah, I hope that after this prolonged fast I can listen to my body better and know if it's still hungry, should I still eat more, or I should stop. But yes, let's go through the list. So one thing that I changed, and this is according to Blueprint Protocol by Brian Johnson. Um, I can put it to the chat. Blueprint. This guy wanted to Brian. This guy wanted to help human race to not die, and I kind of like buy into his philosophy. Doesn't mean that I don't want to die. I want to make use of all his investment on longevity and optim uh, health optimization so that I can operate as the best version of myself humanly through lifestyle and especially nutrition. So he recommended to fast every day at least 8 hours before sleep in order to have a good night's sleep. And because good night's sleep is so essential for uh, daily energy and long-term health. So my eating will stop around 2 p.m. or this time I put 3 p.m. and it starts around 9 a.m. The first thing I will consume is vitamin D and vitamin B, omega supplements, and water with electrolytes. Half an hour later, I will have coffee with plant milk. For the plant milk, I will use soya and almond, because and I choose the brand with no chemicals, of course, just the nut and the milk. And for breakfast, I will have fresh chopped salad, and it include avocado, sprout. I use mung bean sprout, which I'm sprouting in the kitchen. Oils, I have hemp seed oil, olive oil, and sesame oil. I would also add some apple cider vinegar, which I'm running out, but I will buy a new bottle soon. And then coriander, onion, and little protein powder. I will still have to think about it. Maybe I add to overnight oat and in small bowl. I will chew until it become liquid. That's how the how part to eat the food. So at least 25 times. Mm, yeah, and the same thing for second week, but just increase the volume, so it's medium bowl this time, not small bowl. And then 2 hours later, I will have steamed vegetable. Steaming is known to be better to preserve the nutrition inside the vegetable or the plants than boiling, yeah, or cooking with water. So I will steam my veggies and uh, grill my mushroom in the oven. So I write here red cabbage, but I haven't been able to bought it. So I will have just cauliflower, um, frozen cauliflower, frozen spinach, uh, beet, and carrot, and small bowl. The same, chill until liquid. The second week will be the same but bigger bowl. Also, I will have overnight oat. Um, I was thinking if I should also cook it. I will see, but at least overnight so that it's soften the oat, and then add some cinnamon, overnight chia in tiny bowl, and the same chewing at least 25 times or until it's become all liquids. Only in the second week that I started to add some fruit, because fruit is natural sugar and I don't feel like my body can handle glucose in that abundance from fruits. So of course we do have some glucose in vegetable, and yeah, it can fruit can wait. So in the second week, I will still have that oatmeal, but bigger, a little bit bigger bowl, and then I will add berries, banana, or apple. Mm, and then I also write here that on the second week, I will have overnight soy steam and smash with nuts, tofu, and tempeh in small bowl. But I actually was thinking maybe I started already to have steamed soybeans already in maybe day 3 or 4 or day 2. I will have to see. But yes, to make things less complicated, the refeeding window uh, rule of thumb is that whole food, plant-based, let's not add any animal product to our refeeding window, because animal products can contain a lot of unwanted chemicals when the animal themselves were fed. So let's avoid those, and in very small volume. I will need to resist my temptation to have a feast, but enjoy small bite, savor every bite. Anything else? And keep drinking a lot of water and also electrolytes, because our body will still need those. Yeah, I think that's only 4 simple rule of thumbs that I will follow. And also for the long term, after the refeeding window. So again, the ultimate goal of this prolonged fasting is to um, make my relationship with food healthy again. So I don't want to have a restricted mindset anymore. I don't want to forbid myself to not eat something, or feel guilt and shame on eating things that I think not healthy for me, but I will allow myself to enjoy whatever I feel like at the moment. And like I said, that listening to my body and respecting my body. Um, but the thing that I will ensure is that the majority, or 90% or 80% of my food choices are whole food, plant based, nutritious, wholesome vegetables and seeds and legumes and all the greatness of mother nature that we have. So yes, I will keep updating because it's not just for 26 days and then my whole life get better. I would like to keep tracking how this affect my long-term health. It's all about the long run. It's not about what I'm doing right now or one time. This is for the long run. But also, I will now do the booking for blood draw, and tomorrow before I drink anything I will go straight to the body composition measurement machine to see how much fat, and especially versus fat, the fat around the organs, I have lost throughout 26 days. I already can see that, like, I this is the smallest, what do you call it, upper arm that I ever seen in myself in my entire life. Of course, I still have like some muscle, but it's just so tiny. Oh my god. Um, So yes, I probably lost some muscle as well. This has been broken, but it's always show low glucose. So tomorrow, after I got my body composition measurement, I will add a new glucose CGM, and then I will see how my blood sugar react to the food after 26 days fasting, and then I will go to the blood draw to take sample before I eating again, and compare that result with my result 1 year ago, and see if how things have changed over time. But yes, that's that. Thank you for your time. I hope peace for everyone. Take good care of yourself. And yes, see you in the next video. Peace. Now I'm feeling a bit hungry. I will go prepare my food for tomorrow later in the evening. Peace.